What if I told you the life you know is already ending? That the ground beneath your feet, the routines, relationships and roles you've clung to for stability, is quietly crumbling. Not because the world is cruel, but because it is alive. Change is the only constant, the Stoics remind us, and yet we resist it. We build walls against the tide, as if permanence were possible. But what if, instead of fear, you met this unraveling with curiosity? What if these tremors in your life are not chaos, but the universe whispering, "You are ready for something deeper"? Let me tell you a secret, one the Stoics knew well. Transformation does not begin with grand gestures or sudden epiphany. It begins in the quiet moments, in the cracks of your certainty. It begins when you notice the signs, subtle, relentless, undeniable, that your old ways of being no longer serve you. These signs are not punishments, they are invitations to shed what is false, to align with what is eternal, to live at last as the person you were meant to become. Here are the 8 signs your life is about to change forever, and how to meet them, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a student of wisdom. You feel a growing discomfort with control. You've always prided yourself on your plans, the 5-year goals, the meticulous routines, the illusion that if you work hard enough, you can bend life to your will. But lately, something feels off. The more you grip, the more life slips through your fingers. Deadlines collapse, relationships fray. The future refuses to be tamed. This is not failure. This is the universe teaching you the first lesson of Stoicism. Focus only on what is within your control. Your judgments, your action, your character. Everything else, the opinions of others, the whims of fate, the outcomes you obsess over, are indifferent. They are not yours to command. The discomfort you feel, that is the friction of reality sanding down your arrogance. Let go. Surrender to the current. You are not drowning. You are learning to float. Loss finds you, and you stop running. A job disappears, a friendship fades, a dream dissolves. Loss, when it comes, feels like a betrayal. Why me? You cry. But the Stoic asks a different question. Why not me? Every life is touched by impermanence. Seasons change, rivers flood, even the stars burn out. To resent loss is to resent the nature of existence itself. Here is the second sign. You begin to see loss not as a thief, but as a teacher. It strips away the non-essential, leaving only what is real. That ache in your chest, it is not emptiness. It is space, raw, fertile, and waiting. Space for new growth. Space for a life built not on what you have, but who you are. You question your why for the first time. You wake up one morning and the script you followed, go to school, build a career, chase success, feels hollow. The titles, the accolades, the applause, they no longer fit, like wearing another person's clothes. This is the third sign. Your soul is demanding integrity. The Stoics called this living in accordance with nature. Not trees and rivers, but your nature. The core of you that knows truth from lies. To ignore this call is to betray yourself. To answer it, that is the beginning of freedom. Ask the hard questions. What do I value? What legacy haunts me? If I died tomorrow, what would I regret? The answers will terrify you. They will also set you free. Set. 4. Emotional storms become your teachers. Anger, grief. You've spent years avoiding these negative emotions, numbing them with distractions. But now they surge like a tempest. You cry in parking lots. You rage at traffic. You lie awake, heart pounding. As anxiety hisses, you are not enough. Here is the fourth sign. You are being asked to stop fleeing your humanity. The Stoics did not preach apathy. They preached mastery. To feel deeply, but not be enslaved by feeling. Sit with the storm. Ask it, what are you here to teach me? Anger, reveals boundaries crossed. Grief reveals love unexpressed. Fear reveals a future imagined, not lived. Let the emotions rise, but do not let them rule. You are not the storm. You are the sky, vast, unmoving, and always whole. You start saying no to what once mattered. The parties you used to love now exhaust you. The gossip that once entertained you now feels petty. You cancel plans. You declutter your home. You crave silence. This is the fifth sign. You are detoxifying your life. The Stoics practiced ascese, disciplined training of the self, not to punish, but to clarify. Every no sharpens your yes. Every act of refusal is an act of self-respect. You are no longer bargaining with your dignity. You are no longer trading time for trifle. The world may call you selfish. Let them. You are too busy rebuilding your soul. Here is the sixth sign. You are ready to let pain initiate you. The Stoics knew suffering as the forge of wisdom. The obstacle is the way, wrote Marcus Aurelius. Pain strips away illusions. It forces presence. It asks, what remains when you cannot run? Sit with it. Listen. There is a strength in you that only pain can reveal. A resilience that thrives not in spite of hardship, but because of it. 7. You see through the masks, including your own. You notice the lies, the colleague who claims altruism, but craves status, the lover who speaks of forever, but fears commitment. And then the hardest truth. You see your own masks, the persona you've crafted to please, to hide, to survive. This is the seventh sign. You are awakening to authenticity. The Stoic ideal of virtue demands radical honesty, not perfection, but alignment. Scrape away the facades. Who are you beneath the roles? The child who loved stargazing, the artist who buried their gifts, the dreamer who settled. It will hurt, but only the truth can heal. You stop waiting for someday. I'll be happy when is a sentence that no longer makes sense. When you get the promotion, when you find the partner, when life finally begins. But now you see the lie, and here is the eighth sign. You have embraced the Stoic art of amor fati, love of fate. This moment as it is the only one you are guaranteed. The future is a phantom. The past is a story. All that exists is now, the raw material of your life. Plant your feet here. Breathe. This is not a waiting room. This is the sacred ground where your destiny unfolds. Epilogue. The invitation. These signs are not a prophecy. They are a choice, to cling to the shore, or push into the unknown, to die a little each day in comfort, or to let the fire of transformation remake you. Freedom to live so fully in the present, that even eternity is contained in a single breath. Your life is changing. It always has been. The question is not if you will face this truth, but how. Will you rage against the current, or will you, like the Stoics, stand in the storm and say, here I am. Teach me, break me open. Show me who I'm meant to become.